You know, Gary Russell is a solid opponent. You know, I don't think Gary Russell is fighting at 130 at this particular time. So, you know, when Gary Russell comes up to 130 and makes some noise, if Tank hasn't moved up to 135, then anything is possible down the line. But as of right now, we look forward to a unification bout, maybe even Tank versus Gamboa. But right now, we want the Tevin Farmer. So hopefully Tevin Farmer go out there and does what he has to do. Tank already done what he had to do, and we're making unification bout because the belt that Tevin Farmer has, Tank, you know, still, actually Tank really still is the IBF champion and the WBA champion. So if we got to go take the belt twice, that's what we'll do.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Tank.
This is a question. This is a question for Tank and for Floyd. Floyd, when you were coming up, you fought in some wild locations around the country, places like Fresno. But tonight you had 15,000 here. How much of your early experience do you draw on in promoting here, and how exciting was it for you, Tank, to have that many people in the stands for your homecoming?
Well, the ultimate goal is to turn this kid into a pay-per-view star. And if the Tevin Farmer and Tank fight happens, we look forward to our first step on pay-per-view. You know, we don't know how many homes we can do, but Tank fan base is growing, so that'll be Tank, you know, coming out party for pay-per-view versus Tevin Farmer. And I'm pretty sure we can do some great numbers. We always believe in our fighters. I'm pretty sure Tevin Farmer teams believes in him. So that'll be our coming out party. Our next fight, we look forward to doing pay-per-view.
Hey, Gervonta, Childs Walker with the Baltimore Sun. Two-part question. First, you had wanted this so long, the homecoming fight, and did it live up to everything that you wanted it to be?
And yeah, it was actually, I'm sorry, it was actually bigger than, you know, I thought it would be, but it was a great turnout. We did it again. A big event in Baltimore City, you know, that was my get back to the city, you know, bringing something positive to the city.
And then the second part, I mean, we've already talked so much about Tevin Farmer, but if you had to put into words why that's the fight that you want the most so clearly, why is it?
I believe both of the fighters won it. I'm really not sure if he really won or just talking or just want the money, but we've been, you know, going back and forth over social media for like 2 years now, so I think it's time. Time is now.
Tank, Red Butler again with the Shadow League. I got to ask you this question because it's relevant, and this is not to bait you. But Donald Trump said some very disrespectful comments about the city of Baltimore this week. I just wanted to know if you had any thoughts on that subject. And again, this is not a baiting question, it's just literally because it's relevant.
Well, we love the city of Baltimore, and we like to stay positive. This is a young champion. We're here to talk about what he did tonight. This is his night. I mean, this city is truly unbelievable, man. We look forward to coming back, doing another big fight. I'm pretty sure the Tevin Farmer fight will probably be in New York City or somewhere on the East Coast because, but Tank, you know, like I said before, when he keep going out here and performing like he's performing, he's going to be there. Eventually, he's going to be in Vegas doing what I did. So all he got to do is keep winning, stay focused, and soon he'll be selling arenas all over the world, and that's the ultimate goal.
Floyd.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of Tank. You know, no matter what no one says about our relationship, he's young. It's all about growth. He says certain things. I'm older and I'm more mature. When I was his age, I used to say things about my promoting, be upset. It's all a part of growth, all a part of being young. But I'm always gonna put him in the best position that I can possibly put him in, so he can continue to win and continue to feed his family. That's what's important.
Thank you.
You spoke about the right here, right in front row. You spoke about obviously the Tevin. If the unification does come next, it'll be on pay-per-view. For Tevin to have been professional less years and than you were when you fought your first pay-per-view, you had already been multiple division champion. What does that say about you? Because obviously nobody knows him better than you. For you to have that confidence that he's ready for that pay-per-view stage, what do you see?
Well, you have to. Life is about taking chances and rolling the dice. What happened with me? I could have fought pay-per-view a long time ago, but I had a promoter that didn't believe in me. I had a promoter that had me playing the background. You know, I never cried or complained. What I did is said, put him in front of me, and I'll continue to beat these fighters. Eventually, the world will see, and eventually I'll be a household name. So it took time, but then once I got away from the promoter, once I got away from Top Rank, a company that that was the best thing in my career to get away from Top Rank. Once I got away from Top Rank, it was crazy. I bought myself out of my contract from Top Rank for $750,000, and just when I was away from him, just in 3 fights, I made $750 million when I was away from Top Rank. So I made the best move that was best for my career, and the ultimate goal is to put him in a position so that he can break my record. The ultimate goal is to see records broke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud to Tank. I'm not the type of fighter that's saying, no, I don't. I want to see my record get broken, and I want to be a part of it. If I can help push this young kid to surpass me, I'm gonna continue to push him as long as I'm a part of it. I love to be a part of it because when I told Tank this, when I first seen him when he was a kid, he came to me, got an autograph. I signed his phone for him, and I think that was when I was doing the Canelo. I was on the Canelo tour. Years later, he came to my gym. He was boxing. He was working out. Adrian Broner brought him to my gym, and Adrian Broner kept saying, "Tank, Tank, Tank." I'm like, I said to myself, I know that fighter. So what I did was, I asked my assistant to reach out to him because I seen that he had a mean streak in him when he was boxing, and I said, you know what? There's something about this kid I can take, and he'll be world champion within a couple years if we get together and we brainstorm, because he got the power and he got the boxing skill, but he had to have the right mindset. He had the right mindset, and all we have him doing is going uphill. He's not even 25 years old, and he's already two-time world champion. So I'm doing my job no matter what. We look forward to him getting right back in there in a few months. Hopefully 3 or 4 months. What you say? 3 or 4 months, he's gonna be right back in there, and hopefully it's on pay-per-view. But we can't wait for Tevin, so we gotta stay active and keep him busy. Today, the guy that Tank faced, hell of a puncher. And what I told Tank, exactly, I know everybody wanna know what we talk about. That's personal and it's private. But the main thing is he listened and he went out there and got the job done, and he couldn't have done it in a better place. Baltimore, we love you.
Thank you.
My question is for Gervonta. I spoke to Kevin Farmer the other day. He said that he thought money was going to be an obstacle in making this fight. Do you think he's going to price himself out of the fight? And if he does, who might you fight instead of him?
Hey, man, I don't care as long as we make the fight happen. Just whatever to make the fight happen, I'm willing to do it. So I'm all for it on my end. Hopefully, y'all for it on his end.
Hey, Calvin, trainer. You the one that basically was the start of putting the blueprint together for Tank. How gratifying is to see him showcase himself right in this position right here?
It's amazing, man. We would never thought in a million years. Yo, from watching him being an amateur, doing this thing, and saying the man's still doing this thing. Baltimore, you're a champion. You hear what I'm saying? He's straight out of Baltimore.
Straight out of Baltimore.
Y'all should be proud of that, man. I'm very proud of him.
All right.
And I just want to say thank you to Adrian Broner, because Adrian Broner brought Tank back to me. I met him when he was a kid, but then Adrian Broner, I want to say thank you to Adrian, because Adrian is the one that brought Tank to me.
Happy birthday,
It's his birthday tonight.
Gervonta, I think it was about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, you and Tevin had a pretty memorable exchange in the lobby of the MGM Grand that started out with about a dozen people around you and ended with a couple hundred people around you guys. How much fun do you think a promotion would be between the two of you, trying to talk people into the seats to watch you throw down?
That, I don't know, that joint probably sell out. In like a week or two, you know, just me and him having a build up for so long. So I think it'd be good for the sport of boxing. You know, so I really don't like him, to be honest, but it'd be a build up for the sport.
Gervonta, Ricardo with CBS Baltimore. We spoke last week, and every time I asked you a question, you kept talking about your brothers in the Upton gym who are on the undercard with you. How special was it to share this undercard with them, to be on the same stage as them, and to see them do what they did?
It felt amazing. You know, everybody got the job done tonight. So shout out to the, you know, my young brothers that fought on the card. Thank Mayweather Promotion again and Al Hammond for working with me to get them guys on the card. You know, and you know, I appreciate them for, you know, living up to the dream and things like that. Probably next week or the week after that, we'll be right back in the gym.
You know, I also want to thank another one of our fighters that was victorious tonight on the undercard, Darius Miller.
Yeah.
He fought to a tough decision, but he got it. You know, that comes with the sport of boxing. We look forward to him. Actually, you know, Darius has had some big wins. He's been on a hell of a win streak, you know, as of lately. So, you know, I think it's 135. And I know he was fighting at 140 in the beginning, but he's at 35, and I think his next fight should be for the title. So, you know, we're proud of another Mayweather Promotions fighter. So, the only thing I want to continue to do is put fighters in position to accomplish what they want to accomplish their dreams, and to be the best that they could possibly be at what they want to do. Tank, when I took Tank to Miami, I took Tank to Dubai, I took Tank to Egypt, took him all around the world with me, and sat with him and kept telling him, you can do the same thing, just listen. Just listen. A lot of times, he don't want to listen, but it's my job to keep pushing him so he can be the best. So, you know, the other day, I think someone that showed me that Tank was talking about other guys on the pound for pound list. Talk about yourself on the pound for pound list.
Right.
You know, talk about you on the pound for pound list. You know, talk about you being the most exciting fighter in boxing. That's what you talk about. So, you know, you keep winning, you keep going out there. You know, you keep staying positive, and you keep wrecking Baltimore, and I'm proud of you, and Mayweather Promotion will always back you. One more question, then I'm pretty sure he wants to.
Gervonta, you know, your dad now, father now, how important is it to you for being 100% focused inside and outside of it?
You know, so now it's just, you know, I'm not just living for myself, so I gotta be aware of, you know, what I do before, you know, I do it. So she calmed me down a lot, you know, as a person, but not as a fighter. So I'm loving the fatherhood, you know. I'm thankful for her. I love her to death. I can't wait to see her.
All right. Well played.
Big round of applause for that.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.